Hello and good afternoon, everyone. I'm day weather meteorologist Don Watzel with your afternoon video update for Friday, December 4th. Heading into the first weekend of the month, Wyoming and much of the surrounding region will continue to have excellent weather conditions for travelers and those venturing outdoors. So, if you're simply headed out for an afternoon stroll or perhaps headed up to the mountains for a late season hike or maybe to chop down the Christmas tree, shouldn't have too many weather headaches for the foreseeable future. As far as temperatures go, warmest readings will be found in the eastern plains along and east of I 25. Some areas, especially north of Cheyenne till about Lusk or even Newcastle, might hit the upper 50s, perhaps even 60 degrees, especially on a Sunday afternoon. Meanwhile, the western mountains and valleys and southwestern plains will see temperatures running a little average for this time of year. And much like we had the past couple of days, conditions will be on the dry side. Here's an illustration of what we're going to have throughout today and this weekend. This is starting at 5 o'clock this afternoon. This map looks a little busy, but is simply an illustration of where the main ridges and troughs are located higher in the atmosphere. Here's Wyoming, resting underneath a blanket of high pressure that's covering much of the Rockies, with the exception of a little trough of low pressure that's cut off and spinning over northern Mexico. This trough is actually part of the weather system that made its way through the state and Rockies Tuesday and Wednesday. As you can see, one branch got swept up in the jet stream and will be making its way northeast, while this section will continue to spin over the far southern United States and portions of Mexico. We also have this little isolated disturbance that's been spinning in place throughout the day today. Hasn't moved much because of this ridge right here. It's not really going to impact the state. In fact, as we head into Saturday, this is at 5 o'clock tomorrow, it's going to get swept up by this incoming trough that'll try to make its way eastward during the day on a Sunday. It's been spinning over the eastern Pacific and will make a run for it eastward throughout tomorrow and later on Sunday afternoon. By Sunday at 5 o'clock, you'll get stonewalled just before it impacts the state, resting over the northern Rockies. Heading into Monday, then, it'll get cut off and spin its way towards Vegas and Southern California, while that stable high pressure ridge remains intact over Wyoming and much of the surrounding region. So, bringing it back home, for us, we're going to have dry conditions across the state this weekend with generally light to breezy winds. About the only exception will be some possible increased gusts late Sunday morning into the afternoon along portions of I 25. The most likely spots will be between Chugwater and Wheatland, that Bordeaux area that usually gets hit this time of year, and sections between Douglas and Casper might get in on some stronger wind gusts as well as areas headed towards Highway 59. Otherwise, the winds will be manageable, temperatures will be comfortable, and road conditions will be excellent through the start of next week. Thanks for listening and watching. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next time.